How's it going, everyone? Nick from Comic Culture here. It's time for the weekly haul video. See what books I picked up this week, all in preparation for Nick at Night, my weekly non-spoiler comic book review show. Let's see what I got. Welcome back. So I just want to give a big thanks to Cadets Toys and Comics for offering this. Go down below in the description. You'll find links to them if you're interested in setting up a pull list with them, or check out their website. They do ship throughout the country as well. So let's get into what I'm picking up this week. A couple different books from the big two. We're going to start with DC. We have DC versus Vampire number 12 with that awesome Zerdy cover. Excited to see where this one ends. I have a couple characters that I'm just really in love with that are going to play a big role, I think, at the end of this book. So I'm super excited to see where this one goes. Then we have Rom V on Detective Comics. This is 1067. Not a bad run. I'm just kind of waiting for it to kind of really take off at the moment. It's interesting. I like all the lore, a lot of history and everything in Gotham. We're exploring that in there. We'll see where it goes. I think it needs to pick it up just a little bit to kind of really keep me interested. James Tynion IV on Nice House on the Lake, book number 12. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of excited that this book is ending right now. Pretty piss poor page quality on this one. It kind of feels newspaper in the middle, which is interesting. I don't remember any other Nice House books having that kind of consistency, so that's kind of weird. But interested for this book, or excited for this book to end. Let me know what your overall thoughts were on Nice House. If you've been keeping up with it, what are your overall opinions of that book so far? We're going to jump into Marvel next. We have that She-Hulk number 1 facsimile. You know, I had an opportunity to pick this up at like an antique store for, you know, a decent price, I guess. I passed on it. I should have picked it up because the hype was pretty big when the show was released, and I could have, you know, taken advantage of that situation, but I'm not a big flipper. So I'm going to take the facsimile for now. Just kind of stacking these. Interesting. I like just the fact that they're doing it, so I'm going to grab those whenever they put those out. A couple different Star Wars books, which is a little bit unusual for me, but I'm taking a shot here and getting a couple of these books because some of them have been good. Some have been kind of garbage, in my opinion. We have a Star Wars High Republic, The Blade, issue number 1. I heard this is pretty interesting, so I'm going to be getting this one. I'll let you know what I thought about it. That one's from Charles Soule. And then we have High Republic, issue number 3. I think this is a volume 2. It's been okay so far. Number 1 and number 2 were decent. There was a High Republic Adventures number 1 that came out maybe 3 weeks ago that I really enjoyed. You should check that one out. But so far, this High Republic run has been okay. It's just chock full of new appearances and first appearances, rather. And we're going to check it out and see what's going on there. Moving over into some Jed MacKay territory, we have Moon Knight, issue number 18. One of the better Marvel books out there, in my opinion. Every issue has been spectacular so far. I love the art style. It took me like 3 or 4 issues to grow into it. The story has been pretty good. It doesn't really have a whole lot of depth, but it definitely has a lot of action and cool art in here and great storytelling and some interesting villains. So I would highly recommend Moon Knight. Even if you haven't read anything Moon Knight in the past, they do a good job of kind of catching you up to all his lore and his backstory and things like that. So check out Moon Knight if you haven't yet. And then, you know, we're jumping into some Jenny Frison territory here. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think this is a volume 2. We have that Frison variant right there with April on it. So cool. I'm excited to read this book too, because it's a number 1, cool collaborative. I think this is a volume 2, if I'm not mistaken. And the interior art looks really interesting too. So excited for this one. Great Frison cover, at least. Virgin variant. Awesome. Can't go wrong with that. And then we just talked about James Tynion IV. He has Book of Slaughter number 1 as well. This isn't that Something's Killing the Children universe. This is the FOC reveal variant. So I can't wait to get into here. I was even more excited when I realized that about a third of this book has a lot of lore in it about the different houses, where they're located, the different masks and things like that. So I'm excited about the lore. That's what we're really missing with this series right now. I want it to be like John Wick. We have so much to explore, and we spent a lot of times with these issues kind of exploring people I really don't care about. I care about Erica Slaughter, and I want to go down that path still, but I also want to learn about the other houses and bring more interesting characters in, because the spinoffs we've gotten so far were pretty trash. So I'm hoping that Book of Slaughter changes that, gives us some lore, gives us some more characters to care about, because I feel like there's just so much there we need to have explained to us. So that's all I got this week. I appreciate you watching the video. I'm going to take one last peek at the wall, see if I missed anything. But let me know in the comments what else you're picking up and what you're really digging now that I might not be getting. And again, if it's your first time here, please consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button. I put content out here on YouTube and Instagram as well. Links will be down below in the description. But as always, I really appreciate you watching. See you all in the comments.